There are some topics that we haven't really covered yet. Some are deities, some are art history, such as different types of sculpture, different types of painting styles, different regions, and some abstract concepts that can be depicted visually. So one of the topics that I've not really wanted to do, because I hadn't really figured out how to properly teach it, and I still probably don't know, but I've come up with some ways of analyzing the topic of Vajrasattva. Now, Vajrasattva, of course, is a deity figure in Vajrayana Buddhism. There's many different forms. He's well represented in art, both sculpture and painting. But how you approach a subject like Vajrasattva really depends on whether your interest is iconographic, religious context, or art history. And then the study topics will change. Now, the study topics, of course, refer to a curriculum of study for Vajrasattva. And knowing, when it comes to curriculum, or any kind of curricula, but a curriculum for Vajrasattva, it's not just enough to know what the main points are. Really, the heart of any curricula is the sequence of the points. How you begin, how you follow through with the main points, and how you how you end. And this was really the kind of tricky thing with Vajrasattva, because of the complexity of the subject and the nature of the three different fields of study: religious context, iconography, and art history. So, for the study of iconography, there are three main points that are in a certain sequence, and the three main points are basic iconography, confusions, complex mandala iconography. So this is the topics in order for iconography. It would be different for the religious context. Now, for basic iconography, we have to understand that Vajrasattva is a very popular deity, very well represented in art. He's male, he's generally white in color, one face, two arms, and peaceful in appearance. So, in terms of basic iconography, that's it. But now we get a little bit more complicated, because one of the more common forms of Vajrasattva has him seated in a relaxed bodhisattva posture. Bodhisattva posture means the two legs are not folded together as in Vajra posture. One leg can be hanging down slightly, right leg hanging down slightly, left leg drawn up. Then we can have the solitary Vajrasattva seated in Vajra posture. Then we can have the Vajrasattva in either Vajra posture or in bodhisattva posture, embracing a consort. Then we can have the Heruka form of Vajrasattva, where the two hands are crossed at the heart, holding a Vajran bell in the Vajra embracing gesture. So again, he can be solitary or he can be with a consort. Now, we can also have the solitary seated in bodhisattva posture, yellow in color. Now that's coming out of a more obscure Atisha tradition of Vajrasattva. The Vajrasattva with the bodhisattva posture, with the legs in a relaxed posture, that's coming out of more the yoga tantras. The Heruka form of Vajrasattva with the hands crossed at the heart and the Vajra embracing gesture, with or without a consort, that's coming out of the Anuttara Yoga Tantras. Okay, that is the basic iconography for Vajrasattva. Now, the confusions arise where we have the Mahayana Bodhisattva, Vajrapani, in peaceful appearance, can appear identical to Vajrasattva, generally with the legs in the bodhisattva posture, in the relaxed posture. He can also, in the Heruka form, he can be Vajrasattva, and Vajradhara can be identical. With painting, the only difference would be a white color or a blue color, blue for Vajradhara, white for Vajrasattva. Also, Vajrasattva can appear almost identical to Vajravidarana, and in some cases, Vairochana Buddha or Akshobhya. So understanding the confusions is really essential to understanding the visuals and the contexts of where you see Vajrasattva, how to decide if something is a Vajrasattva, Vajrapani. Now, with painting, all of this is a lot easier because we have colors that correspond closer. With sculpture, it's almost impossible with some of these to distinguish, so we just don't know. We can say, well, it could be a Vajrasattva, it could be a peaceful Vajrapani. Now, in terms of the complex mandala iconography, we have a 17-deity Vajrasattva mandala. We actually have two of these. One is Yoga Tantra, one is Anuttara Yoga Tantra. We have a 37-deity, 51-deity, 77-deity, 319-deity, and then a multiple deity mandala. It's multiple because they call it multiple, and I have not yet counted the number of figures to come up with an approximate total to be able to just say something about it. So this is just a very quick introduction into a complicated abstract deity Vajrasattva with many, many visual iconographic forms and also different functions. So press the like button. It helps us with our ratings. You can also subscribe. You can ask questions. You can also join HAR on Patreon and help us to do the work that we do.